Welcome in, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, but we're here. Got a lot of fun tonight. It is spring breaks all week long. We've got a lot of giveaways that will be happening throughout the week, tonight, tomorrow, all the way into Saturday. So do be on the lookout for that. Tonight, it is the release of Panini Limited Football. So we are ready to break some awesome football products. We're going booklet hunting this time around, as well as some Topps Archive signatures, Series Baseball, Active Player Edition. There's some Mike Trout in this. We have 2 random serial number breaks. You can get in on that for $85 a spot. We have 9 of those in stock in 2 different breaks there. We also have some UFC Chrome dual hobby box dual packs. $45 gets you 2 packs and a chance to come away with an autograph. There are 2 autographs per hobby box. So chance to jump in on that, $45 a piece for 2 packs. Or we do have personal boxes available as well, $269 for a 2024 Topps UFC Chrome personal box. So do check that out. So a lot of fun this week. A couple football releases as well. Again, limited tonight. And then on Friday, we have Panini Zenith football. So check those out. We are ready to rock with all of that this week. So if you're just joining us, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. We're going to get to a lot of breaks tonight as we get the evening moving. So if you have not already, head over to TopShelfBreaks.com and jump into your breaks. Again, lots of football, UFC, baseball. Baseball right around the corner. Opening day. See if the Cubbies can do anything. Or whoever you're rooting for. We got some new setups tonight with some sounds, so hopefully we'll get to use those. Hopefully we'll hit some bangers. But again, Topps, UFC Chrome. Right here, ready to go. Again, 2 packs for $45 on that break. We've got a total of 12 of those left. And then again, also with the Topps Archive Signature Series Baseball Active Player Edition, that is a serial number break. So, for example, if it is 45 out of 99, it goes to the 5 spot because of that 5 and that 45. So check that out. And then again, limited. We got 2 different limited breaks on the board. We have a pick your team. So fun in that. Pick your team. You pick a team. The Texans are random to anybody that ends up picking a team. Or there is also the random divisions. Those are $99 a spot. That gets you 4 teams. So basically $25 a team for that one. We have 5 spots left in that. So we'll be breaking that tonight as well. That's 2 hobby boxes of limited. And you'll get 4 teams in that one. The pick your team is a 6 hobby box. So again, 6 boxes there, 2 in the other. So a lot of boxes to break tonight. Very excited about that. And then also the Topps Archive Signature Series, that is 10 boxes of random serial number breaks. So looking to break 20 of those boxes tonight. So check that out as well. So if you're just joining us, welcome in. Starting a little bit earlier than what we normally do because we've got a lot happening tonight between, again, football, baseball, and UFC. So looking forward to all of it and getting the night started with some big monsters. We got our monster card. We're ready to use it. We're ready to utilize it, and away we go there. All right. I believe they have also released the list for limited, so we don't need to go hunting for whether or not there's certain players in the cards here. So we'll take a look at that and run it down again. In terms of the autographs, draft day signatures booklets, you got Anthony Richardson, Bijan, Jalen Carter, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Will Anderson, Tyree Wilson, Zay Flowers. And then a pretty solid list of veterans and retired players as well. Michael Vick in there, Luke Kuechly, Randall Cunningham, Sean Alexander, Joe Theismann as well. Limited Inc., Aiden Hutchinson, Bailey Zappi, Brees Hall, Harrison Butker. Let's get the kicker autos going tonight. He's on the Limited Inc. checklist, and then some other folks. Quite an extensive list within Limited. So again, a lot of fun that we've got set up here. You got the Magic Man Don Majkowski with the Packers, Daryl Johnson with the Cowboys. So some throwback names as well to go with some current names in the game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Moore. So a lot to get excited about, both from a booklet and a standard card perspective. And then some quad signatures as well. They got a Baltimore Ravens, Jamal Lewis, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs from those dominant teams. Bill Parcells, Lawrence Taylor, Phil Simms, and Pepper Johnson. That's a name you don't hear all too often. But there's a quad signatures booklet of those four as well. And then Ring of Honor, a lot of Hall of Famers into this setup, and then I believe there might be a couple dual booklets as well. There is some partnership duels. So looking at Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson for the Vikings. Sadly, not one anymore. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, DJ Moore and Justin Fields, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice out of 25. There's also a 1-of-1 Sapphire Spotlight. So the Sapphire Spotlights are the 1-of-1 in this group. There's also Emerald Spotlight. That's out of 10. Ruby Spotlight out of 25. And then Gold out of 49. So a couple different variations across the board. We'll look to break all of those tonight. So head on over to TopShelfBreaks.com. Grab your spots. And we'll get to breaking here as the night moves on. Again, we got 18 of the Pick Your Teams left, and then 5 of the Panini Limited Football divisions. That's a dual hobby box random divisions for that one. So that's $99. Essentially get 4 teams, $25 a piece when you divide it all out with the fun math. So do check that out as well. And then the Topps Archive Signature Series Baseball Active Player Edition. We've got a whole case sitting right here, 10 boxes of that with random serial numbers going for those 10 boxes, a spot for $85 for that one. And then again, UFC Chrome, Topps UFC Chrome. We've got quite a few boxes of that here as well. Dual hobby box, dual packs. So you get 2 packs for $45 once we get that one set up. And then we also have personal boxes, $269 for a personal box of the Topps UFC Chrome. So again, football, baseball, UFC, have your pick. We'll break it here tonight. Excited to do that. So if you're just joining us, welcome in. If it's your first time joining us, excited to have you join us here. And let's hit some monsters tonight, shall we? So again, welcome in Wednesday. Kind of an exciting day overall. You know, you had Caleb Williams. He did his pro day. Some people will say the pro day doesn't matter. It's just a way to get excited about, what is going to be more than likely happening with the Bears. It's one of those things where it feels pretty uneventful that Caleb Williams is going to be the choice of Ryan Poles and the Bears and be the new face of the franchise now that Justin Fields is gone. Some people not too happy about that return, but if that's the case, so be it. We did what we could, I guess. Sixth round pick, might be a 4th, probably not going to be a 4th. Russell Wilson's not going to get injured unless Russell Wilson's really bad. But, maybe not. Maybe not. But, yeah, it's one of those things. You look at it. You look at the whole setup of what the Bears have been doing. Keenan Allen was at the pro day today, too, joining the Bears front office staff. And he even made mention that he had hung out with Caleb a couple times and – really excited about that connection. So I think, just based on that and the fact that they went through that much of bringing him aboard. Again, inevitable. It'll be interesting to see what kind of work the media puts in to try and spin things as we get closer. Maybe they'll finally divert some attention to what the number 2 pick will be now that there's no more drama in Chicago. But we'll see. We'll see. But if you are just joining us again, welcome in. We've got a new break station here at Top Shelf as well. So really excited about that. We got nice slide out drawers. We're able to do a little bit more with just moving around and a lot more space, as you'll see. So let's bring this camera up. I think we can. You can see there's a little bit of construction. There's a nice little stanchion there, but hey, this is nice. Let's give the full breakdown here. A nice big wide open clean setup that we've got rocking, and looking forward to breaking a lot of great product here tonight. And again, the release of NFL Limited, so Panini Limited out. We've got a couple breaks on the site for that, so do check that out. And then also Topps Archives Active Players Edition. There's some Mike Trout in there. It's a pretty solid list of names. There will be 10 boxes of that. What's up, CK? How you enjoying Florida? We also got UFC again, so welcome on in. Head over to TopShelfBreaks.com if you have not gotten your spots yet. Again, starting a little bit early. It's the spring breaks. We got this tonight. We got it tomorrow. Lots and lots of different products that we're looking forward to breaking. And then, again, we also have the personal boxes of the UFC Chrome that we have tonight as well, if you're interested in that. This, I tell you, this table is great. It's got things that slide out, like all the wires are gone, and like it's so fancy over here with like you got the top loaders, you got the sleeves, you got the whole thing, man. This is awesome. I am pumped. I don't know. You said it wasn't done yet, so I'm curious. I'm like, how is this not done? This is like legit. Got the printer set up. We got everything set up. We got some. I put in some new sound bites for tonight as well. So I am excited to utilize those. I put a couple of them in, a couple of them that we talked about. So hopefully, as the night goes on, we'll be able to utilize that. Yeah, we do need the logo on the front. Yeah, that would be awesome. Get the full DJ experience with that. We're going to get an EB dub started for the limited. Thank you, CK. Appreciate it. So with that, again, it'll be randomed in with the pick your teams. But if you want to still hop in, there is the pick your team for the limited. That is 6 boxes of Panini Limited football. If you do pick your team, those folks will be randomed into a drawing for the Texans. So you can't buy the Texans, but you can be randomed into a drawing. So if there's a team you have your eye on, you want your shot at double dipping into that 6-box break, check that out at TopShelfBreaks.com. We'll pin the message in here as well so everybody has it. There we go. Pin the message. Away we go. All right. Well, we'll check in on the board as we move along here. But we'll be here all night. We'll be here late. We're just going to keep breaking until we can't break no more. That's exactly what we're going to do here tonight on this Wednesday. We see some stuff coming in as well. So thank you for jumping on over and buying some spots so we can get to breaking tonight. Again, I know we're starting a little bit early, but for good reason. We've got a nice long night ahead of us between Limited Football, Archives, Signature Series, and UFC Chrome. Talking a little bit about what the Panini Limited Football had in store for us this year. The other one, the Topps Signature Series, We'll see what exactly we got going on in this one here. Active players checklist. I'm not sure if they've got I don't know if they actually even have the full bait. No, they don't have the full one out. But again, there'll be 10 cards. They'll be numbered. So serial number break. So only 10 spots in that. So you get a shot at that. So do check that out as well, topshelfbreaks.com. So a couple different things. We will have an EB dub up shortly for the Pick Your Team. So check that out. We'll get that rolling. See Kyle hopping in on a couple of limited footballs as well. Again, still a couple sitting there. And then also we have the random NFL divisions as a dual hobby box, random NFL divisions. So $99, so essentially $25 a team when it's all said and done, gets you in there for a 2-box break of the Panini Limited Football. A lot of booklets are in this product as well, so do check that out. There are 3 packs per box, 5 cards per pack, 2 autographs, and 1 memorabilia card across from there. There's also 2 limited tribute or limited exposure inserts, and then 1 base parallel. So a couple different things in there, a chance to get in on 6 hits in that random NFL divisions break, and then to Pick Your Team again. That's 6 hobby boxes. So 6 times 3, let's do some quick math. That's 18. 18 hits await us in that Pick Your Team break as we get things rolling there. And again, we'll set that up as soon as that one fills with the EB dub. So looking forward to that as well. You know, we see Kyle B in there with the Patriots and the Jaguars. Thank you for jumping in there, Kyle, on that one. And then a couple other of the filler spots that will be in for the Pick Your Team EB dub. The Raiders, the Commanders, the Panthers. So again, want your shot? You think that Bryce Young is going to turn things around and be the guy? There you go. You have a chance to pick them up in that EB dub that will be posted here very shortly at topshelfbreaks.com. And happy Wednesday to everybody that is watching right now. Thank you for hopping in on. It's cold again. Why is it cold again outside? I don't quite understand it. You know, we go from, what was it, like 70 degrees last week, and now we're back down to like 35. It's just, at some point, the Midwest weather is going to make up its mind, right? You got CK down in Florida. He's enjoying warm weather. I'll get to enjoy warm weather next week. That'll be nice. But, you know, it's just, man, I get that it's March. I feel like we had snow in April last year, so I guess I shouldn't be completely frustrated with what's going on. But, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, after a while, you get that taste of like the 60 and 70 degree weather. You hit up a golf course, you know, here we are, right back like we're feeling like the beginning of winter, wearing our winter coats. It was flurrying on Monday. Why? It's just like, make up its mind, please. Oh, man. Again, we got a brand new brake station. Nice, deep, big, clean. Going to get it all painted up, logoed up. So we got a lot of other fun things that are on the horizon as well and currently underway. Let's flip screens here and talk a little bit about that as everything circles in here. What you'll see up on the board, the Road to WrestleMania giveaway. If you buy in on any wrestling break between now and WrestleMania, which is in 2 weeks, really. You got SmackDown, I think, is in Milwaukee on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. I know Raw's in Chicago, but I'm pretty sure the Fiserv Forum has WWE SmackDown on Friday night. So you buy into any wrestling break, you will be entered to win a Winged Eagle WWE Championship belt signed by the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. So check that out. And then you'll see some of the products that we will be breaking tonight here between UFC Chrome, the Archive Series, Limited Football. So a lot of different things that we have here that we're very, 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 very excited to get rocking and rolling here. So again, check all that out. And again, as the next 2 weeks progress, be sure to hop in on those WWE breaks and the Leaf breaks and everything else in between. Last week, we had an Undertaker out of Elite Donruss WWE. That was awesome. Not very often you see the big names like that, and man, that was awesome. It was a really good night last week between we had a great WWE break, and then beyond that even picking up a Dalton Kincaid 1-of-1. That one in the Panini Spectra break. The one box is all it took, and a NFL patch rookie auto of Dalton Kincaid hit last week. So that was really great seeing that. There was Barry Sanders. So just an awesome list of hits across that entire night. So let's hope for more of the same here tonight. We got limited. I've got a whole case sitting right here and ready to rock. So do check that out, as well as the Archive Signature Series with the active players, and then the UFC. So a lot to be looking forward to tonight as we get things set and ready to rock. And we'll take a look here. Again, the EB dub will be set up momentarily for wrapping up the rest of that Pick Your Team break, so we can get that rolling. So again, if you want to get in on that Pick Your Team break and pick a team before it gets to that EB dub, you'll be entered in to win the Texans in that break. So again, CJ Stroud, he's in there. So check that out, because that could be a big hit. We saw a lot of Texans the other day. Tank Dell, Will Anderson Jr., that's a defensive rookie of the year. There Mega Prism boxes left behind the counter. There's 2 on the shelf. Let me go check. So we've got 2 Mega Prisms on the shelf. Otherwise, there are quite a few of just the regular Prism blasters. The other thing with the Texans in this one, you got Will Anderson. Andre Johnson is also in this. So throwback wide receiver on that there. And then a couple others, Limitless Materials. You got C.J. Stroud and some others. And we're going to have Mega, so some Panini Prism football Mega boxes, as we've been doing here the last couple weeks. So there'll be 2 of those also that will be breaking as a part of the EB dub. So yeah, early arrival bonuses. I agree with that. We'll see what we can. We're gonna try and whip something up, right? It's people are still napping. They're resting up. Right off the top. Hey, you had a long day, CK. You had a long day. It's hard work running a card shop. All right, we'll check in, see where we're at on these. We've seen a couple more of the Panini Limiteds come off the board as well. So again, like we had mentioned, pick your team. There's 7 teams still on the board. If you want to check that out and you want to get in on that break and have a shot at the Texans, a couple of teams that are up there: the Bears, Chargers, Eagles, Giants, Rams, Saints, and Titans. So quite a few decent teams still sitting there. And then again, the EB dub also on the board to get things rolling there. The random NFL divisions, we are down to 4 of those. So we are halfway home. $99 gets you 4 teams, so $25 a team, not bad. And 2 boxes for what we've got setting up there as well. So again, as soon as we fill, we are ready to rock with everything that we've got going on. Yeah, we're gonna have to see if we can get the early arrival bonuses rolling. Is today opening day for Major League Baseball? Like a 6 a.m. game this morning? Oh yeah, yeah. The South Korea series. Otani and the Dodgers beat the Padres. Huh. Otani RBI single, capped a 4-run 8th inning rally. Okay, so Otani already making that 700 mil work in his favor. Finished 2 for 5. Tyler Glasnow getting the start for the Dodgers. 5 innings, 2 earned runs. Padres, meanwhile, Yu Darvish, he went 3 2/3. No earned runs. It's not very much going there. 3 2/3 through 72 pitches. Man, the Padres just did not hit the ball. They got 4 hits. Bogarts with 2, Profar, and Wade. That's it. So that stings. Eighth inning, have things fall apart. Who blew it for him? Johnny Brito. One of their relievers. It's so weird. Like, why are we starting the regular season overseas? I don't that's the one thing I have yet to understand that Major League Baseball does. But Cubs, I believe, starting in Texas. I think that's right. And then you got the play-in games for the NCAA tournament. March Madness, it starts tomorrow. Excited to see that. Actually, the 16 seed game right now, Grambling State and Montana State, is pretty close. It's 65-63 with just over 3 minutes to go in that one. So that should be a fun one. And I think later tonight is Colorado and Boise State. That's the 10 seed play-in. But Boise State, I feel like they felt like kind of screwed over in that one, which I kind of get. They did not look all too happy on Selection Sunday, which can kind of understand. Colorado State just walloped Virginia yesterday, though. My goodness, 67-42 in that one. Virginia missed 19 straight shots and shot 25%. You're going to lose every game you do doing that. No doubt about it. All right, let's see where we're at here. Get things moving and grooving. Again, it's an early start for us tonight. We're hanging out. We'll be here all night. Spring breaks. Spring break for some of you. Maybe next week. I know the public schools around the Elgin area have next week as their spring break. Again, I think some folks are just hoping for some nice weather or to go somewhere with nice weather. It needs to be warmer. Just in general. We talked about that. It just needs to be warmer. But we will have an EB dub on the board to fill up the 6 box of NFL limited football. Pick your teams. And then we also have a setup for divisions. So again, $99 for one division at random. Some solid, both current players and some veterans, some Hall of Famers in that NFL limited release today. So check that out. I feel like I need to test some of these new buttons that are on the board here. It's always fun trying to figure out what pictures need to go with each given soundbite. We got this one. Gotta have this one. Woo! Very simple. Then we have the longer one. Woo! And the noise. The intro. To get jacked up over the big hits. We'll play all of it once we hit something bigger. And then sometimes it happens where we don't necessarily recognize a player or it's somebody we just don't want to get too excited about. And then the 90s throwback. I know some of you grew up on the Jock Jam CDs that went out with ESPN. They had volume 1 and 2 and 3, and I lost track after 3. I think they still released quite a few, but this was a staple of the Jock Jam CDs. And then some other WWE fun. Because we love running lists around here.
You just made the list.
So there's a lot of different things where we're going to hopefully be able to use tonight. All for good. But again, NFL limited release. Panini dropping their latest football product here tonight for Panini Limited Football. Zenith out on Friday. So we got some breaks set up for that on Friday night. Let's see what else we got going on. There's some other releases happening on Friday. It's Bowman Inception. Bowman Inception Baseball, triple box, triple team tiered. $52.22. 222. That'll get you into that triple team tiered break. So again, breaking this Friday, March 22nd. So check that out as well. Along with the Zenith Football, that is a dual hobby box random NFL division. So there's the $99 break tonight for Panini Limited Football. And then there's also one for Zenith on Friday. So a couple different ones going about. And again, we'll have an EB dub up and running for the limited pick your team, 6 hobby box pick your team. Texans are random to the teams that did buy in. And then also the Panini Limited Football dual hobby box random NFL divisions break, $99 a piece for that. So again, head on over to topshelfbreaks.com. Check out the breaks that we have up on the board. Hop in. Let's get some breaking done tonight. Yeah, the other wild story today. I don't know if anybody else saw that other wild story about talking about about Major League Baseball starting the regular season overseas in South Korea. Is that the Dodgers fired the interpreter for Shohei Ohtani after it was discovered that he was stealing all this money from Shohei, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. We got to look up more information on this. It's kind of insane. There was one thing that popped up here. It was just out of nowhere too. Massive theft alleged. $4.5 million in wire transfers sent from Ohtani's bank account to a bookmaking operation. That is wild. $4.5 million. Longtime friend and interpreter of Ohtani incurred the gambling debts to a Southern California bookmaking operation that is under federal investigation. How he came to lose his job started with reporters asking questions about the wire transfers. So, so the spokesman for Ohtani told ESPN the slugger had transferred the funds to cover a gambling debt for his interpreter. The spokesman presented Mizuhara to ESPN for a 90-minute interview, during which he laid out his account in great detail. However, ESPN prepared to publish the story Wednesday. The spokesman disavowed his account and said Ohtani's lawyers would issue a statement. Wow. Massive theft, $4.5 million. You're the interpreter to the most popular baseball player in the world. And that's what you choose to do? Like, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? I hear that my son is actually watching as we speak here. Hi, Beckett. We got lots of packs that we're going to be breaking here tonight. Again, it is the release of Panini Limited Football. 2 breaks on the board, a 6 hobby box pick your team break. So if you want to get one team in particular, do check that out. And then also the Random Divisions dual hobby box break, both at topshelfbreaks.com. And then also the Topps Archives Signature Series Baseball Active Player Edition, 10-box random serial number break, $85 a spot for that. So still 9 spots in each of those. And then we also have dual hobby box dual packs for Topps UFC Chrome. So check that out as well. And I know we're getting started a little bit earlier tonight as well. So that's the other big thing on the board that, hey, you guys usually don't start till 8. Not tonight. We're here now. Let's check it out. Again, as soon as the breaks fill up, we get the EB dub on the board as well. We will be breaking some product. We'll see what fills first. But we'll be breaking some stuff tonight. So check it out. It is release night. It is release night for NFL Panini Limited Football. Again, 2 autographs and a memorabilia card per box on that one. Archive Signature Series. It's simple. It's 1 encased buyback card per box. And there'll be 10 of them. So check that out as well. TopShelfBreaks.com. We got to cure the silence, right? Of course, we have to cure the silence. Let's see what we else got going on there. I mean, it's Panini Limited Football release. Let's see if we can't find the NFL Films Classics. Get those playing. You know, my favorite, it's weird. Like, you know, you always watch the documentaries about the teams back in, like, the 60s and the 70s that NFL Films would put out. There was a game in the 2000s. It was NFL head coach. Basically, Madden without actually the gameplay. It was all the front office stuff. And the entire soundtrack was NFL Films music. And it was just so soothing. Like, it just took you to a happy place. Yeah, and we've got all the boxes right here. Topps, Chrome, UFC 2024. Got John Bones Jones in here. There's some big names in that UFC product. We've got the full case here. Limited Football. Archives. Everything's here, ready to roll. TopShelfBreaks.com. So yeah, nonchalantly, just the Major League Baseball opening day today. Overseas, though. EB Dub is upcoming. Thank you, CK. Let's flip on over. Get things rocking and rolling. Again, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Wrestling breaks. Get into those. Get your chance at a Shawn Michaels Winged Eagle autographed championship belt. Be given away as we get a little bit closer to WrestleMania. So looking forward to that. And if you're just hopping in and joining us, welcome on in. Glad to have you join the fun. Started a little bit early tonight. I know we did. But we're here. We're going to be here all night long as we normally are. Breaking some football, UFC, and baseball product as the night goes along. So head on over topshelfbreaks.com. Grab your break spots. And also part of that EB Dub, we've got some Panini Prism Football Mega Boxes. If you've joined in on those EB Dubs, you know that we've got some dual Mega Box breaks also happening within those EB Dubs as we fill out to pick your teams. Then coming up later this week, 2023 Bowman Inception Baseball, Triple Box, Triple Team Tiered, and then Panini Zenith Football on Friday. So lots of releases this week. It's a release-heavy week and a lot to look forward to. And release calendar overall, there's a lot upcoming for what we have on the board. Panini Flawless Basketball happening a week from today, along with Panini Obsidian Football. I know that's a very exciting one for a lot of folks, just with the colors and the neons that go in to the Panini Obsidian product that they have across all sports. And then Panini Impeccable WWE is a week from this Friday. So, again, getting in on that road to WrestleMania break, you'll have your chances there with Impeccable releasing on the 29th. And then a couple others on the horizon. Immaculate Football on April 3rd, along with Origins Basketball. So, again, some bigger products. A couple of my favorites on here. I'm between Immaculate, Impeccable, Obsidian. There's a lot to look forward to over these next few weeks. So hop on in over at TopShelfBreaks.com if you want to break with us here tonight, tomorrow, Friday, even Saturday. We'll be here every night this week and next week and the week after that and the week after that and again and again and again. That's what we're here to do. Have some fun, Get some breaks rolling. And we do have the EB dub up on the board as well. So, CK, thank you for that one. Again, 7-team EB dub for the Pick Your Team Limited Football. 7 teams in that one. And guess what? There's also a division spot in on this one. So that division break that we talked about, 2 boxes, only 8 spots, because there's only 8 divisions in the NFL, but one of the spots in the CB Dub will get you one of those division spots, so check that out. The other teams in the Pick Your Team, you got the Panthers, the Commanders, Raiders, Seahawks, Niners, Bengals, and Rams, and then there will be 7 of you grabbing a division mega Prism football. 2 boxes of that will be breaking, so there are some spots for that as well. So division double box of Panini Prism football mega boxes. You've seen some good silvers out of there. You know, we got a Puka Nacua in one of the latest breaks. So check that out as well at Top Shelf Breaks. $45 gets you in on that EB dub, so we can get ever closer to that Pick Your Team. So that is up on the board as well. And also, in addition, we talked about the UFC Chrome dual hobby box, dual packs. You get 2 packs. We also have some personal boxes, $269 a piece for those. So if you want to go hunting for those refractors, those chrome autographs, you can head on over to TopShelfBreaks.com. We also have those available as well. Again, a lot of different numbered parallels in that product. 20 inserts, 2 autographs. And again, if you are just joining us, welcome on in. Happy Wednesday. Getting an early start tonight. So we got football, baseball, an EB dub on the board. $45 gets you a shot at that Pick Your Team 6-box break for the release of Panini Limited Football tonight. Thank you, CK. Appreciate it. Again, the EB dub is up. Let's link that into the chat if you want to check that out. Welcome on in if you are just joining us. Happy Wednesday. Another release day for Panini. This time for Panini Limited Football. We've got random NFL divisions on the board, $99 a spot for that, getting you 4 teams on 2 boxes. And then also a pick your team. We got an EB dub lurking out there for that one as well. $45 a spot. Again, UFC, $45 gets you 2 packs of the UFC Chrome. And there are 2 Chrome autographs per box. So again, chance to get in on some autos there, as well as the Topps Archive Signature Series active players. We've got 10 boxes of that, so that's 10 autographs. Some solid names in there, including Mike Trout. And that is a random serial number break. So $85 gets you a spot on that, 10 spots. Just like the leaf breaks we've been doing here with, again, some really solid products. Pulled a Caleb Williams on Saturday night in that Leaf Trinity football. See if we can get some more monster hits tonight out of that Topps Archive Signature Series Baseball Active Player Edition as well. So again, if you've never joined one of those breaks with the random serial numbers, say card's 36 out of 99, it would then go to the 6th spot in that 36. So the last number in the number ends up going to that spot. So again, 1-on-1s, get that 1 spot, going home happy if you hit a big monster there. So again, $85 for a spot in that. Got 2 of those breaks on the board to get to tonight as well. So lots to cover as the night goes on here. So hop on over to topshelfbreaks.com and grab your spots. Let's get some breaking. Let's see what else we got over here. Let's hold on 1 second. Let's see if we can't get something moving and grooving. So happy Wednesday, one and all. 8 o'clock here on the Central Time Zone. Usual start time. Been hanging out here for a bit, but if you're just joining us because you're like, hey, I know them. Welcome in. We've got Panini Limited Football 6 Hobby Box. Pick your team. An EB dub on the board as well. And then random NFL divisions. All at TopShelfBreaks.com. For those of you hanging out in the chat, welcome in. How's everybody doing out there? Good? That was just one of those days that dragged, wasn't it? At least it was for me. Those days you look down at your watch and you're like, oh, it feels like it's 1 o'clock. And then, oh, nope, it's 10:30. That's the fun of those types of days. And then every time you look, it just gets slower, and slower, and slower. But then it speeds up at the end of the day. Never makes any sense. Again, also, just want to check it out. Teams have been reduced on the Pick Your Team. So if you want to take a look there, the Bears are now $57. The Chargers are $72. The Eagles are $72. The Giants are $72. Saints are $49, and the Titans are $99. So check that out. Head over to TopShelfBreaks.com. Lowered the prices down. There's also an EB dub up on the board, $45 a spot. A couple of the things that are up for grabs in that. Again, the teams, the Panthers, the Commanders, the Raiders, Seahawks, Niners, Bengals, and Rams. And then there's also a few spots for a double box break of Panini Prism Mega Boxes, and that's divisions. So you will get 4 teams if you land one of those spots, or there's also one spot in here that will get you a spot in the division break for Panini Limited Football. So again, 4 spots in a 2-box break of Panini Limited Football. So some solid spots across the board there in that EB dub. So check that out. And then also that random NFL divisions, you want to hop in on that straight away. $99 on the board at TopShelfBreaks.com. Thomas hopping in on that PYT. Thank you, Thomas. Picking up the Rams. Again, welcome on in. We've got a solid lineup tonight. Lease day for Panini Limited Football. A couple breaks of that. Sitting up there along with Topps Chrome UFC. Got a couple autos per box in those. We got a dual pack, dual box break set up. So buy into that. $45 a piece gets you 2 packs on that Topps UFC Chrome. And then again, Topps Archive Signature Series Baseball Active Player Edition. 10 boxes of that. Random serial number break. We got 2 of those random serial number breaks on the board as well, along with those limited football breaks. And then an EB dub on the board. $45 a spot for that. Also included in that one are some spots for a division Prism Football Mega Break, and then 1 spot in that limited football division break. $45. Someone will land a spot in that division break worth $99. So not too bad there. Come away with that. So check that out at TopShelfBreaks.com. Glaster, we're waiting on our breaks to fill over at TopShelfBreaks.com. So check those out. We got Panini Limited Football, some Archive Signature Series, Active Player Editions, some Topps UFC Chrome. So check those out. All right, let's get some. Group some packs here. 1 second, folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. We're back. Hanging out. Happy Wednesday. Let's open some boxes. Shall we? We'll, again, topshelfbreaks.com. Grab this one. All right. We'll flip on over. Again, some autographs, some relics. Fast time. Let's get some tops moving. Moving and grooving. Yeah, we've got Panini football, Panini limited football. Some UFC Chrome. 1-for-1 to start the night. So if you're just joining us, welcome in. Some Topps baseball. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome on in. Some Top Signature Series as well. On the board, ready to rock. Let's see what we got. Christopher Morel, probably playing third base this year for the Cubbies. They're trying to do as much as they can to try and get him rocking and rolling. Oop, backward card. Nick Fortes. Nice chrome there on the Fortes. Happy Wednesday, one and all, to those joining us. Starting off with some tops. Kick off the evening. Jose Altuve. Yeah, the Dodgers taking down the San Diego Padres overseas in South Korea. And a whole lineup tonight listed over at TopShelfBreaks.com. Some baseball, some football, UFC, everything under the sun over there. Personal boxes as well. If you just want to open some personal boxes, buy some Monster Bucks, we can rip them for you live here. We'll be here all night long. Seiya Suzuki. Oh, Anthony Rizzo. Forever a Cub. Patrick Wisdom. Might be the odd man out with the Cubs. Remember when he was a Cub? And a White Sox? Didn't even know he was with the Mets. Jose Quintana. Talk about a wild trade. Now you got who's the other guy in that? Who's the other? Dylan Cease. He's with the Padres now, right? Ellie De La Cruz. That home run derby. These blueprint cards are pretty solid. I just like the look of these things. Andrew McCutchen. Torturing the NL Central for years. Where else did he play? Was it the Phillies? Phillies that he played with? Old school, Tyler Soderstrom. And there is one auto or memorabilia patch per box on these tops. Haven't come across it yet. Another Andrew McCutchen. Oh, blue. He's a popular player in that blueprint style. Joey Votto, the Reds. Grand Gamers, Frank Thomas. Oh, all the backwards. Jordan Romano with the Toronto Blue Jays. Fernando Tatis. All right. 6 packs to go. Still no memorabilia or auto. Where could it be? Gotta be here somewhere, right? Oh, I think I found it. I think I found it in here. Am I right? No, I'm not right. Wait till the very last pack, maybe? Wouldn't be the first time. 3-3. Royce Lewis. Imagine hitting a grand slam in consecutive games. Just hitting a grand slam in general has got to be like the greatest feeling in the world as a major leaguer. Yeah, I'm just going to do it in 2 days. Hit 2 of them. Or you get two in the same game. That's happened, right? I think it's happened. Don't know how many times. All right, we should be seeing our auto in here. Oh, no, we got materials. Kyle Tucker. Game used memorabilia. That is bat. That is bat memorabilia. So one dude, he got off to kind of a slow start with the Astros. Figured it out. And then some. It's like a fringe first-round pick in fantasy baseball drafts, which is crazy. All right. The blue pack. Let's do a quick check-in while we're here, though, before we get to this blue pack. See where we're at on our breaks for the evening. Again, we got the EB dub up. We got Topps Archive signatures as well. Some UFC Chrome. All on the board. Let's check that out. We got 4 spots left in the random NFL divisions break. It's release day for Panini Limited Football. $99 a spot for that. The Archives signature baseball. We've got 1 on the board. 8 spots left in that. $85 a piece. We're breaking 10 boxes of that. Random serial number break. And then 10 spots left in the UFC Chrome dual hobby box dual packs. So you get 2 packs for $45. Go hunting for some Chrome autographs out of that Topps UFC Chrome product. And then we also have an EB dub on the board for our Panini Limited Football. So a lot happening as we move along. All right, we've got, here we go, hobby box exclusive on that. It's we'll fade out the NFL music as we open baseball. We're opening some 2024 Topps Series 1. Kyle Tucker, Major League material. Got through all of it here. Now we're on to our final 4. See if we get any extra autos out of this. Helps if I see what I'm looking at here. Randy Arozarena, Don Mattingly, throwback there. Christian Yelich, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. with the Marlins. Oh, music wasn't playing? Oh, my bad. The Topps ripped. Poster pulls. So here it is, Kyle Tucker, Major League material. That's the hit out of that box. See if we get the music playing now. Is this playing? It's playing on my end. Maybe you have to turn it up a little bit. Maybe that's the problem. It's like, I feel like it's like a secret agent music instead of something that would tie in with the NFL films. Let's see what we got here. Let's get some Linkin Park going. Get that up and rolling. Again, we've got quite a bit on the board. Archive Signature Series active players. Random serial number break. Panini Limited Football. Got divisions. Pick your team. EB Dub. All up on the board. We see some people buying into that. Kyle B. Chad Wright. CK. All across the board. Yeah, very faint. We got to figure out the levels on the board. It's like blasting in my ears. Who knows? We'll figure it out. We got a nice new break table going on.
Recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end. You kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all
you had plenty up on the board. The Topps UFC Chrome. Ready to rock. Got nice unopened boxes sitting below me. Break into them tonight, shall we? We have a J-Flip sighting in the house. He's out there. Getting into that EB dub. You had $45 in EB dub. 7 teams. Get into that pick your team setup there. Panthers, Commanders, Raiders, Seahawks, Niners, Bengals, Bills, even a spot in that limited double box of divisions. Got spots for that also sitting up there, $99 a piece, $25 a team. You want to do the sports math on that? So if you're in the chat, hanging out, welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? Flip back on over. Take a look at some of the things we got going on in the shop. And here at Top Shelf Breaks, some giveaways like this Road to WrestleMania giveaway. Buy into any wrestling break between now and WrestleMania. You'll be entered in to win a Shawn Michaels autographed Winged Eagle belt. And it's the authentic one, folks. It's got the leather. It's heavy. It's solid. Nice gold signature there on the outside of the belt. So keep an eye out for some WWE over the next 2 weeks. WrestleMania just 2 weeks away. WrestleMania 40. Philadelphia. Then the other big thing, just announced, if you follow us at Top Shelf Sports Cards and Top Shelf Breaks across social media, happening next month. Let's see if we can't get this on the screen as well. We'll flip over. We'll screenshot what we got going on here. Promote some of the upcoming things happening in the shop. Trade night. Let's pull this up. Free to attend. Check that out. Saturday, April 20th. Buy, sell, trade. We'll fill up the entire shop. We're going to have a DeLorean here. You can take pictures in the DeLorean for free. It's free to attend. Come on out. We'll do retro breaks all night. Some good old 80s wax. Some giveaways. Prizes. You name it, we'll have it here. So come and join us here at the shop in Elgin. For those of you local with us, Saturday, April 20th from 6 to 9 p.m. Back in Time Trade Night. Just break out all the Huey Lewis. So we'll have that as well. So check that out. Put it on your calendars. We are out there. We are promoting that. So very excited for that coming up in just a few short weeks as well here at Top Shelf. So check that out. And again, TopShelfBreaks.com. we got a whole bunch of product on the board tonight. We are looking forward to breaking as the night goes along. The EB dub starting to fill up. Got 10 spots left in that one. $45 a piece gets you into that EB dub. And then there are still 6 teams on the board with the PYT. Let's take a look at what teams are still lurking there for that. So if you do buy a team outright, so we got the Bears, Chargers, Eagles, Giants, Saints, and Titans. By any of those teams, you will be entered into a random draw for the Texans as well. So a chance at 2 teams, including those sought-after Texans. Also some Andre Johnson autos in the Panini Limited Football release this year as well. So, again, some throwbacks, some solid rookies. I mean, I'm trying to think of the last time one team had as many big rookies as the Texans. I mean, they did everything right this year with building out their team, to say the least. Again, going from C.J. Stroud. Everyone's like, oh, they're not going to draft him. They don't like him. He's got the same agent as Deshaun Watson. And then they draft him, and he turns out to be the offensive rookie of the year. Then they shock the NFL. They trade up the next pick with the Arizona Cardinals, pick up Will Anderson Jr. He's your defensive rookie of the year. And then you get Tank Dell. What's happening, Carter? You get Tank Dell later on. They draft him specifically because C.J. Stroud wanted him. He blows up, had an unfortunate injury during the last quarter of the year there. But, again, so much to be excited about. Then they go out and they trade for Joe Mixon. They give him a long extension. So you've got him and you got Dameon Pierce in the backfield. Again, a young defense, a young offense. Nico Collins is there too. He had a heck of a season at wide receiver. So you got Collins, you got Dell. They add one more piece. They could be a force to be reckoned with there in the AFC South. There's a lot of really good young talent in that division. Look at the Colts. You got Anthony Richardson. Let's see if he can bounce back after his season-ending injury. But you still got Jonathan Taylor there. You re-sign Michael Pittman. Then you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They go out and get Gabe Davis. That wide receiver core, that room getting a little busier, but they do lose Calvin Ridley to the Titans, who are moving on from Derrick Henry. He moves over to the Ravens. It's been a wild free agency period overall in the NFL. A lot of big names moving and grooving. And hey, gotta go where the dough is when it comes to NFL free agency. Be interesting to see. It's going to be one of those situations where the first couple weeks you're going to see somebody in a uniform and you're like, he's with them now? I feel like that's what it's going to be. I feel like there's always that transition period for all those types of players, but there were a lot of them this year. Between trades, signings, it was kind of crazy. It was a crazy year. And the draft isn't even here yet. So who knows what else we have in store. There's still quite a few players out there on the block that could make a whole lot of sense. Whole lot of sense for some teams. I think the Bears are done, though. I think they got Caleb Williams in the crosshairs. Who knows what they're doing at 9? Take a wide receiver, defensive end. I don't even know. I mean, really, is there a bad choice? They could use probably another tackle, too. Maybe not as much as the other positions. That's possible. If you're just hopping in and watching, welcome. Head on over to TopShelfBreaks.com and join in. We've got the release of Panini Limited Football. Got a division break on the board as well as a pick your team break. Pick your team is 6 boxes. The division break is 2 boxes. And we have Topps Archives Signature Series active players. Got a chance for a Mike Trout in there, but that break is serial numbers. So just 10 spots. We'll be breaking 10 of those in that break. And then we also have UFC Chrome. Get 2 packs for $45, so check that out as well. All at TopShelfBreaks.com in the pinned message here on the YouTube chat. That EB dub, there's 7 teams for that pick your team break in the EB dub. Panthers, Niners, Bills, Seahawks, Bengals. Lots of big teams in there. We're down to 8 on the Archive Signature Series. $85 a piece. Gets you a spot on that. How's everybody doing in the chat tonight? Halfway through the week. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. We're getting there. Two more days left. It'll be here before you know it with the weekend. Everybody's all up in arms whether or not Caleb Williams and his pro day. Does it really matter? Does it really matter what he does? It's just fun to watch him throw. He's got a heck of an arm. Yeah, you can argue that it was like a 70-yard bomb that he finished his workout with. But don't forget, Zach Wilson did the same thing. Yeah. Very true. Very true. Still, all but a given that the Bears are probably going with Caleb Williams at number 1 overall after that Fields deal. I don't think they're going to trade down. That'd be wild if they traded down. Added some more picks. Still took a quarterback, obviously. Tyson Bagent ain't it. We know that. The NFL thinking about some changes. Some changes to the league next year. The hip drop tackle. Talking about banning that. Players Association say, no, hold on there. They don't want to see it gone. And the kickoff proposal. If you've ever watched the XFL and the way that they set it up where the players are, so the kicker would continue to kick from like the 35-yard line, but the other 10 players would line up at the receiving team's 40-yard line. So basically brings them closer together. And then at least 9 members of the return team would line up in a setup zone between the 35 and 30. So there's really, 5 to 10 yards between the two teams, or the majority of the two teams. And then the returners would then line up between the 20-yard line and the end zone. So really just trying to limit the amount of collisions on kickoffs. So looking like the NFL might look at voting that into reality here. So if approved by at least 24 of the 32 owners, the rule would go into effect for 1 year only. Just 1 year. But I feel like it's more or less just a inevitable point that at some point they will just make that the rule. Which I get, but at the same time, it's just weird. It's just something different. You want to be a traditionalist on some things. The kickoff overall, you just don't see too many of them these days as it is with the ball getting moved up and so many of the touchbacks. But with this rule, in the event a team wants to attempt an onside kick, it would have to inform officials of its intent. So no more surprise onside kicks, which kind of stinks. But, yeah, the XFL was using that for quite a bit. And, again, trying to reduce concussions on kickoffs. And, they've reduced returns significantly. So we'll see if they take one more step further on that. We'll see. We shall see. All right, quick reminder for everybody. Head on over to TopShelfBreaks.com. We got an EB dub for some Panini Limited Football. Yeah, division break up there. We got to pick your team break. Then Topps Archive Signature Series Baseball Active Player Edition. 10 boxes of that, a random serial number break, and then some UFC Chrome as well. $45 a spot gets you into that EB dub. Panthers, Niners, Bills, Seahawks, Bengals, a spot in that division break. All up for grabs. So once we get through that and 6 remaining Panini Limited Football PYT teams, we'll be breaking a whole lot of Panini Limited Football at the end of the night. So check that out, TopShelfBreaks.com. We also have some Topps UFC Chrome personal boxes, $269 a piece. We'll break it right here for you. Got 2 autographs, 24 refractors, 4 numbered base parallels, and 20 inserts. So welcome on in if you are just joining us. Happy Wednesday. Just hanging out at home, doing whatever. Appreciate you joining us and watching. Okay, you want to hop into any of our breaks tonight? It's at TopShelfBreaks.com. A little bit earlier, we talked about, just some of the checklists going into tonight's products. Take a look at those again. Some solid stuff across the board. Good veterans, good rookies, some memorabilia, autographs. You name it, it's there. Some kicker autos. Here's some Buckers in here. Don't see that name all too often. And you got Ruby Spotlight. Those are out of 25. The Sapphire Spotlight. Those are your 101s. You want those Sapphire Spotlights out of the limited product. Silver's out of 99. But again, some, we talked about with like illusions and the elusive ink. You could make the argument that limited has quite a bit of elusive ink as well, with the way that they have these set up here with some names that, again, you don't see all too often. Chris Collinsworth is in here. Archie Manning. Flipper Anderson. So really some throwbacks. Dexter Jackson. He won a Super Bowl MVP, didn't he? Dexter Jackson with the Tampa Bay Bucks? I think he did. That Super Bowl against the Oakland Raiders with Rich Gannon. Back when they had Jerry Rice and Tim Brown. The early 2000s. So if you missed a little bit earlier, we've got some Top Series 1 starting off the night. Breaking some of that a little bit earlier. We've got some more baseball on the board with the archive signatures. And with that Top Series 1, the hobby boxes, it's one memorabilia or auto. Memorabilia in that one, the Kyle Tucker. Major League material, game used memorabilia on the bat. Kyle Tucker doing his thing with the Astros. Turned into a really solid player for that team. Do the garbage can jokes ever get old when it comes to the Astros? I don't think they do. I don't think they ever will. Some things just age like fine wine. That will always be one of them. As long as those players are still active, which clearly they are. Plus, everyone needs a villain, right? Gotta have the villain team everybody can root against. It might be the Dodgers now. The amount of money that the Dodgers spent, and then not only that, but then deferred. Like the deferring of the money, especially the $700 million with Ohtani. You know, when that deal came out and everyone's like, holy crap, it's a lot of money. And they're like, actually, he's not getting the majority of it for like another 10 years. Really? We really doing this? Come on. If you're just joining us, welcome in. TopShelfBreaks.com. Football, baseball, UFC, all up on the board. An EB dub. Fill out a 6-box break of the limited football. 8 spots left in the Archive Signature Series Baseball Active Player Edition. Random serial numbers. So the other thing they released today, the movie world. First look at Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. New Beetlejuice movie coming back. That's always fun. Getting back into the nostalgic feels. Instead of calling it Beetlejuice 2, they're just like calling it Beetlejuice. Which means we'll probably get Beetlejuice in like 4 years. Well, they started dropping the pictures. I'm all dressed up. I'm assuming they're just going to write off the dad. That's the I can never remember his name. The principal in Ferris Bueller. Ed Rooney, Mr. Rooney. He's had some run-ins with the law since his heyday on the screen. So, probably not going to be back for Beetlejuice 2. If I had to guess. There's been some big hits, too, out of some of the archives so far. A lot of one-on-ones in those boxes to boot. Henry Davis, Bowman Chrome Auto. 1 of 1. We talked about some of the other exciting things on the horizon. The Back in Time trade night here at Top Shelf on April 20th from 6 to 9. Pop that back up. Check out the details there over to the left. We're going to have a DeLorean on site. Take some photos inside the DeLorean for free. It's free to attend. Bring your cards. We'll have giveaways, some throwback breaks. Getting back to that wax era. The wax of the 80s, early 90s. Play some Huey Lewis along the way. So mark it on your calendar, Saturday, April 20th from 6 to 9 p.m. Absolutely free. Swing on down to the shop. Right off of Randall Road in Elgin. Randall and 20. Again, still plenty of time to get in on Panini Limited Football. It's release day for that. Chance for some booklets. Both active, veteran, Hall of Famers, everything in between. UFC, 2 packs in a dual hobby box for $45. You will get 2 packs. Those are randomized up. We'll open them. You can get whatever is open there. Again, that's Signature Series, random serial number break, $85 a spot for that. Got 8 spots left in that one, and then 4 spots in a dual hobby box random NFL divisions break. $99 for Panini Limited Football there. So welcome on in. Happy Wednesday. Chilly Wednesday. It's been a chilly week overall. There was snow in downtown Chicago on Monday. It was rough. I want to put my winter coat away. Someday. Big NBA news tonight, too. Man, Domantas Sabonis. I grew up watching his dad, Arvydas Sabonis, with the Portland Trailblazers. Remember that name? But Domantas with Sacramento tonight recorded his 51st straight double-double. It's now tied with Moses Malone for the most consecutive double-doubles ever. 51 straight. That is wild. Absolutely wild. He started with the, was it the Pacers? I think it was the Pacers. Pretty sure it was the Pacers. I think it traded out to good old Sacramento. Sacramento Kings finally getting some relevancy with what they got going on. Oh, even that late 90s, early 2000s team. Vlade Divac. Scott Pollard. Mike Bibby. It's been a long time for Sacramento. Long time. To say the least. We'll swing on back here. Getting plenty to break tonight. Football, baseball, UFC, all there. Let's head on over to TopShelfBreaks.com. Hop into some breaks during spring breaks week here at Top Shelf. CK will be back later in the week with some giveaways, some prizes for everyone who buys in on breaks this week. So the only way to win on those is to buy into some breaks. So check those out. Plenty of spots remaining. Over at TopShelfBreaks.com. So we're also going to look at filling up the soundboard as time goes along too. Previewed a couple of those. We got some new sounds put into the system for all our fun breaks as we move along. Some wrestling themed. Some throwbacks. Some that are just entertaining. So we got an EB dub on the board tonight. Getting into that 6-box break of Panini Limited Football. Panthers, Niners, Bills, Seahawks, Bengals, all there, along with the spot in that division break for the 2 boxes of Limited Football. There's also spots for a double box break of Panini Prism Football Mega Boxes. You get division in that one. So again, 4 teams, So a few spots also built into there. So once that fills on up, we'll get that rolling as well. $45 a spot. Either get you a team into that 6-box, a spot in that division break for limited, or a spot in the division break for the mega boxes of Prism Football. There's also some pick your teams still on the board for that group as well. So if you just want to pick a team outright, you also get dropped into a giveaway for the Texans in that 6-box break. So still some teams to go there. UFC, 2 packs, and a dual hobby box break. $45 gets you 2 packs of that Topps UFC Chrome. And the archive signatures, 8 spots there as well. That's a serial number break, 10 spots. You get 1 spot into that serial number run. We'll break 10 boxes of that. We got 10 autos. 10 autos lurking. So plenty on the board over at TopShelfBreaks.com. So do check all that out. For those of you watching us on YouTube, welcome on in. Kind of a quiet night in the chat tonight. No one feels talkative. How come? Just a quiet Wednesday, right? Been talking about baseball, been talking about Caleb Williams. Did they make you any more excited as a Bears fan for those Bear fans out there? About what you're getting out of Caleb Williams? Keenan Allen making an appearance at the Pro Day today at USC. Talked about the interpreter for Ohtani apparently stealing millions of dollars from Shohei Ohtani because he has a gambling issue. Then the NBA, they're more stealing. Like, everyone's stealing. Why is everyone stealing? The Timberwolves. Fired employee was arrested and charged with felony third-degree burglary for allegedly stealing thousands of internal files, including strategic NBA information from a team executive. Served as a coaching analyst for the Timberwolves. Man. Everybody. Just all over the board. Also got March Madness starting tomorrow. Everybody fill out their brackets? This might have been the year I watched the least amount of college basketball. That's a good question, Carter. I'm not sure. It's quiet tonight. Where is everybody? Yeah, I mean, like, legit, like, I feel like I watch a handful, like, or a pretty good amount of college basketball, but I think the most I watched really this year was just like the Caitlin Clark stuff. And my wife is obsessed with watching the Hawkeyes and watching Caitlin Clark break all these records. But, you know, looking at the men's tournament, I'm like, well, UConn's the defending champ. They're good again. They're the number 1 overall seed. Maybe they'll do something. So like I filled out one bracket. So I've got a long-standing bet with actually an old high school teacher. So there was one. I believe it was my freshman year of high school. It's been 20 years. I'm aging myself right now. So 20 years ago, I made this bet with him. I don't know how it happened, but it was just like this competition between him and I for filling out a bracket. And we've been doing it ever since. So it's been 20 years now. I think we've missed 2 years out of those 20. But we're back at it again this year. And I even told him, I'm like, listen, it is probably the least amount of basketball ever that I've watched this year. Yet, you know, you got to keep the tradition going. So high school graduated 07. 07. So yeah, it was 03, 04. Yeah, 04, I guess. 03, 04 year was the first year that we did it. So yeah, it was, but it's terrible because no matter how much college basketball I watch, I think I've won maybe 3 in the last 20 years. I've won our face off 3 times. Like, that's how poor I am at getting things right in a bracket. So Carter, I completely understand when you say throwing away money. Like, I feel that in my bones. Like, so what we play for is it's candy bars. Again, for fun. Baby Ruth's and Twix. Twix is mine. I can eat Twix all day. I have bought a lot of Baby Ruth's over the years for that bet. But I'm like, I don't even know who to choose. Like, I know Illinois won the Big Ten tournament, probably because Wisconsin somehow knocked off Purdue, because Purdue apparently just folds in tournament play. As we all know, they lost to a 16 seed last year. I'm like afraid to even touch them, which probably means they're going to the Final Four and they're going to run the table. Yeah, I'm like, okay, UConn's the number 1 overall. I think last year, I was reading something. ESPN puts out a pretty solid list of, like, one fact for every team that makes the tournament, or just, like, 64 facts or any of that stuff. And they said last year was the first year that no number 1 seed made the Final Four. And I know it was a screwy year. I think the last 3 years of 15 has beat a 2. So, you get all these different places to put out, make the perfect bracket and win $1 million. No one's getting a perfect bracket anymore because it's so watered down and so impossible to figure out. And now everyone has these data charts that are supposed to show, well, if this team is ranked in this metric and this metric, then all but one team has won the tournament in the last 20 years if you rate them by these. And, like, of course, it always feels like this is going to be the year where a team breaks that trend. Like, that's just what it is. Twix made Easter eggs this year? Oh, that's dangerous. There's a Target across the street, and you're telling me that there's Easter egg Twix? Oh, man, this is dangerous. How many are in this? There's only 6? I'm paying $1 for a Twix egg? I might just have to stick to the mega bars. They look good. I mean, there's no such thing as a bad Twix. They got all those crazy flavors. They got the cookies and cream. I'm trying to think what else. Because I just had the cookies and cream the other day. I'm like, it's okay, but it replaces the caramel, and the caramel's what makes the Twix or caramel, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, there's nothing cheap these days. that I will agree. Yeah, it's yeah, not ideal, but man, $1 an egg. I mean, I have to go through the prices at the 7-Elevens in downtown Chicago, and man, if I need an energy drink, like I just have to admit that I'm paying $3.50 out the door for just like a basic Red Bull if I need an energy drink halfway through the day and I didn't bring one from home, which stinks, but what can you do? It's one of those things. I guess the $3.50 is probably worth it to not be dragging all day. Because I mean that sucks when that happens. No doubt about that. All right, TopShelfBreaks.com. We got football. We got baseball. We got UFC. It's all on the board. Check it out. We got reduced prices for the pick your team spots still on the board for the 6-box Panini Limited football break. Bears at $57, Chargers at $72, Eagles at $72, Giants at $72, Saints at $49, and the Titans at $99. If you've never broken with us before, you can actually hop on over to Top Shelf Breaks and use the promo code BREAKLOCAL for $5 off your first order. So check that out as well if you have never joined us in one of our breaks. Maybe everybody's already in March Madness mode. We got the playing games tonight. The 16 matchup between Montana State and Grambling went to OT. Not bad. That's always fun getting the OT games, even if it is a play-in game where one team is going to get walloped. Come next go around here. How did that one finish? That's what I kind of want to know here. Looks like Grambling had a chance. It was tied for quite a bit there. Last 37 seconds, no one scored. The other game on the board right now, Colorado and Boise State. Those are 10 seeds. Halftime right now, 26-24 Colorado. Boise State was not happy that they had to go to the play-in. They thought they deserved higher than a 10. Nevada as a 10 was a slap in the face. I thought they were going to be like a 5. That didn't work out at all. Yeah, Carter, it's possible. It is possible tonight. We'll hang out. We'll chat a little bit longer. See how things go. See if we get a late wind. And if not, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Anything that we don't break tonight, we'll be back tomorrow night. Breaking stiff. Chat and recap day 1 of the NCAA tournament for those who celebrate. They always talk about how much money businesses lose on the opening days of the NCAA tournament. It's a lot. I can never remember how much. Here, let's see if we can quickly pull it up. Oh. Yeah. Uh yeah, that's oh my goodness. It can't be that much, can it? Wow. Okay, it is. There are studies. Wow, this is a ton. A ton. Uh businesses will cost employers will cost businesses $17.3 billion in lost productivity, up $1 billion from last year's number of 16.3. The estimate considered the number of Americans likely to keep up with games and the approximate amount of time they'll spend filling out brackets and watching the tournament, then factoring in average hourly earnings, which as of February stood at $33.09 an hour on average. I mean, that is wild. Absolutely wild. Like billions and billions and billions of dollars. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, whether or not it's one of those things that everyone partakes in, yeah. And also, if you're wondering what all that info is to the left on your screen, Back in Time Trade Night just announced this past week. That's happening on Saturday, April 20th here at Top Shelf Sports Cards from 6 to 9 p.m. that Saturday night. We're going to have a DeLorean out front. You can take pictures in the DeLorean for free. Doesn't cost you a dime. So stop on in. Bring your cards. Nice big trade night. This place was packed for our Tops hobby night a couple weeks ago. Really fun time. Lots of giveaways. Lots of breaks. Lots to be excited about. So we're going to do it all again. Running it back. Back in time, that is. Ba-dum-tsh. So we're still sitting at 4 remaining on the divisions break for limited football. And the PYT on the board, there's a limited division spot in there as well. There's 10 of those still on the board, $45 a piece. Check that out, along with the Topps Archives Signature Series Baseball Active Player Edition. It's a random serial number break, $85 a spot. 8 of those still on the board, so check that out as well. Got a brand new break station tonight. Break it in. Much deeper. Can't even reach the end of the table anymore. All nice and spread out. Nice like little slide outs control all the music, the mics. Got this over here. Pull out all the sleeves. Got that going too. So a lot to be excited about with what we got going on here at Top Shelf. So if you want to hop into a break, you're joining us for the first time, you can use Break Local at checkout. $5 off your first order with us. Love to have you jump into a break and let's hit some monsters. Get the monster card out. Ciao. Had some really solid ones the night before. Saturday night. Last Friday. And Wednesday. Illusions releasing last week. Spectra, the gift that keeps on giving. Gotta love Spectra. Mike, you getting into the PYT. Thank you, Mike. He'll be filled in on that Texans giveaway as well. Picking up the Bears. Anyone who picks a team directly gets into the Texans random draw for that 6 hobby box PYT. And the EB dub also on the board. We'll talk a little bit about some of the other things on the horizon in terms of the release schedule. A lot of big releases coming up across the board. If you haven't heard about our Road to WrestleMania giveaway, giving away a Shawn Michaels autographed Winged Eagle Championship belt. If you buy into any WWE break between now and WrestleMania in 2 weeks from Saturday, you'll be given a entry for that. And Panini Impeccable releasing a week from this Friday. So on March 29th, it'll be Panini Impeccable. You got Panini Obsidian Football releasing a week from today. That always has some really solid looks with all the colors. If you love those, the shine, the neon, always a fun release there. Panini Flawless Basketball for the top tier. Top tier cards right there. What's happening, CK? Just hanging out. Waiting for some spots to fill up. Get to some breaking. Waiting on the EB Dub Signature Series. Still some PYTs available. How's the Florida sun down there? Is it good? Carter and I just talking about our love of Twix. And Twix eggs. Chilly and windy. I don't want to hear about chilly and windy in Florida. I'm going to be there in 3 days. I don't. Why does it need to be chilly and windy? Now I want to look up what the weather's going to be while I'm down there. My wife was trying to scare me off with what the weather was going to be. Well, yeah, that's true. Chilly for them is like 55. Everyone's wearing winter coats. It's like California. It's like it's going to be in the 70s next week. That's not bad. At one point, it was showing like rain every day. And I'm thinking, great. I'm subjecting myself to 16 hours of driving only to sit in a rainy condo for 6-7 days. I mean, 65 sounds glorious right now. I think the high today was 35 in Chicago. Wasn't good. That's for sure. I'd be wearing shorts. They'd probably all be staring at me like I'm insane. Partly cloudy and rain in Florida is a sprinkling and blue sky. Okay, well that gives me more faith that everything will be okay. Yeah, it's well, and somebody told me this, and I didn't want to believe it because, and this is coming from me. Like I worked in television news. I hung out with meteorologists. And I never knew this until somebody said something to me about it. That apparently, the percentage on forecasts if it rains isn't the likelihood it's going to rain, but it's the percentage of the area for like that city or whatever that is going to get rain. So like 20% means 20% of the area is going to get rain. And it broke my brain when it was explained to me that way. And it just made no sense. Because like that, I'd rather want to play the odds that it's either going to rain or it's not. Not, well, if I stand in this place, it's not going to rain. But if I go stand in that place, it's going to rain. But that also makes sense as to why it's very rarely 100% chance. I don't know. This is why I didn't go to school for meteorology, I guess. I just took the easy route and did broadcasting and sat in front of a mic like this. Yeah, I can imagine that it's pretty, like I said, pretty solid. I mean, you're 30 degrees warmer than it is here. Not sure if it's too crazy down there with spring break. I don't know, like, the rest of the country, like what spring break is for them. If it is next week, this week, the week after Easter. Easter's early this year. I don't even know. When's it going to be the busiest? When's it going to be the least busy? I'm driving into a tourist trap, so I'm just expecting the worst. Going to set the bar way down here. So I just have to gently step over it to feel good about our plans. All right, TopShelfBreaks.com. We got break spots. Panini Limited Football Release Night. Got divisions. We got Pick Your Team. We got an EB dub to fill that Pick Your Team. UFC Chrome. Topps Archive Signature Series Baseball. Active Player Edition. Some Mike Trouts. Go some trout fishing. For what we have going on there. Again, looking at the limited. So it comes with 2 autographs. One of them is a rookie patch autograph. And you'll have 1 additional autograph on top of that, 1 memorabilia card. Get the limited exposure or limited tribute, and then the parallel. So 3 packs, 5 cards per pack. But the limited gamers, they got calls out specific games for some of those cards. Then you got the booklets. Really sharp Bijan Robinson. Let's see if we can get this in here. I really like this card. This is a nice card. See if we can pull this up on the screen. Here, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. We'll sneak this over. See if that'll work. We'll add a source in here. This is just a sharp-looking card. These Bijans. Celebrating the draft. Nice patch through that as well. I mean, booklets are always a fun chase. We talked about the Spectra first off the line. Had some booklets available. Don't have to worry about that too much with Limited. Limited, we're going to get them. They're going to be there. So we'll get that rocking and rolling once that all fills up as well. So welcome on in for joining us here on this Wednesday evening. Panini Limited Football, Topps, Archive Signature Series active players, 2024 Topps UFC Chrome. Talking about our upcoming Back in Time trade night here at the shop, Saturday, April 20th from 6 to 9 p.m. Going to have a DeLorean on site. You can sit in, take some photos for free. It's free to attend here at the shop off Randall and Elgin, just south of Route 20. All right, well, like we said, we got limited football. We've got the Topps Archives. We've got the UFC Chrome. Not looking like we're going to get to anything here this evening. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully breaking all of these products. Get the EB dub filled up. Have some Prism football mega boxes and a division break there as well as a part of that EB dub. So check all of that out at topshelfbreaks.com. For those of you hanging out with us tonight, do appreciate you hanging out and chatting. We'll get some bonuses, some giveaways on the board, get things rolling. And again, enjoy March Madness tomorrow during the day, or right now. Still one game going on for the play-ins. But, again, head on over to Top Shelf Breaks. We'll let you know more about those giveaways and bonuses as things roll along here before we hit the air tomorrow night as well. So have a good night, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.